But hey, let's not focus on the Rampage, even though it was a great festival. We can talk about that next stream or later when we have time for that. We will focus on the TMFL Division 1 race today, which I'll be casting alone because Atipic has COVID, so get well soon. And I mean, I would actually, it sounds like a bit sad, but I would not be worried, or I would not be surprised if I have COVID myself then, because I literally met like 1,000 or 2,000 people there, or that I've seen and interacted with. So it's kind of inevitable that someone had or has COVID there. But anyway, let's focus on the map. So we have a map by Boss Bravo, which is great. So it's called PADIRAC, which is the map name, and there's also a lore. So there was wait, I just have to open this one up here on my second monitor. So we have a lore to that map, which is kind of in depth. Atipic sent this one to me. So the PADIRAC cave is a real life thing. I'm just gonna read it out from Wikipedia. The PADIRAC chasm is a cave located near Gramont in the Lot department in France. So this map is built after something that is in real life. I would just link you the Wikipedia article. What do you mean good morning, guys? It's literally, I slept two hours, you know? So there we go. It's chasm too, yeah, I forgot. It's literally 10 AM, yeah, well. I'm already brain dead. Your clock is wrong. Whew. But I hope you're all doing great, and let's go into the race. So there's the lore. I'm not gonna go into linguistics. I have that exam on Wednesday, and I'm scared about that. But let's focus on the race. So how many laps will that be? 48 laps, and right now Patrosa is leading, having the fastest lap with a 101.99. And then we have Darkbringer behind, Crucial on third already. That is cool to see. The M&M driver, the M&M race driver, and also LJ. But you should always know that chat is always right. No Lars, no Marius. Let's actually check who's playing, yeah. But it's too early to say, but I think there's also the TSCC that is taking place right now. So that's why there's only 33 players. So yeah, that's kind of unfortunate. Kind of unfortunate overlap there. So some players are not able to show up. Whew, damn. Also my voice is gone, even though I didn't like scream or anything. I think just because I was excited all day and was just too much of that. But also Speedy here with a good time on second place. Patrosa has improved that one. But yeah, 33 players only. I mean, Voyager, Wolfside, Kanosen also here. Very nice to see that. Trilux, then we have Dexter as well, who's playing Wall, Sensei, and then Funky Jug in the top 10. But for the people who don't know the format, we have 20 minutes of free practice where players will discover the map after the free practice. There will be 2 laps that will take place, which is the qualifying, and the top 13 are getting their first amount of points. And then after that there is the live race, which will consist of 48 laps, as I've already mentioned. You can see it in the top left corner in the scoreboard. And then players really have to take fuel and also their tires into consideration, because if you have no fuel in the tank, you will just freewheel, and if you're standing still, you will DNF, and if you have 0% tires, your car will just, or you will just DNF because your tires will just blow up, which is kind of in real life like that as well. And guys, I see something quite unfortunate here. What is that, dude? What is that, man? Hello? Dude, it's literally unplayable. Oh my god, dude. Look at this, man. Oh my god. Oh, Jesus Christ. Like, it's the Flicker Cave. Oh my god, what is that? What is this? What is that, dude? Oh god, I thought to myself that... Nah, well... But yeah, so also your tires will act differently. When you are below 30%, your car is just feeling harder to control. And that's all that you have to know really about that. And well, who is also in the chat? We have Atipic in the chat. Hello, hello. It's 48 laps, yes. I literally said it twice with the laps. But of course, Luis doesn't listen to me. Yeah. So let's follow Nico, who's on P13. But of course, only. Wait, okay, players are joining. They're gradually joining. And also, Wolf's only on P26 right now, which is not too good for him. Or maybe he just has joined in, but he's already on lap number 5. So maybe struggling a bit. Let's go ahead and focus onto him, because Voyager's also there. Look at that speed. Looking very nice for him. And Vosal is struggling right now, but it's only the first 5 minutes. So, of course, this free practice doesn't really change anything. So, yeah. Dude, I definitely have to rest my voice, else I will not have a voice. I will not have a voice when I will cast TMGL. Also, guys, I will cast TMGL. Not worth race hunts today. I will cast the TMGL with Amaterasu. Ama and me are gonna cast together. It will be an absolute shit show. No, of course, it will be great. Exclamation mark TMGL, so follow the channel. It will be great. And also, I haven't checked the pit lane. So maybe Wolsat is going there quite in some time. So where's the multi-lap? The multi-lap should be round. Okay, the pit stop is there to straight, actually. Ah, and then you go... Oh, wait. Let me check. I think you then just have, like, the small tunnel. Where was it? It was this one here. So we have this small tunnel here. And also a quite long section again where you... I mean, you have to slow down here to 130. And you have a very speedy section. So pitting maybe not too many times is maybe the key to success. But also like really cool pit stop again. But also like this whole straight is quite long, really. And then you pit here and then go out. Wow, okay, well that's very long actually. That's a very long pit stop. And also in a very speedy section. I mean, if we take a look onto Dexter, how fast he is exceeding 500 kilometers per hour, and you just have to stand still there. So a pit stop will be detrimental for you. And maybe a strategy that is different to something like Dexter or even someone like Wolsal is doing is working out here. Nah, all good, Atipik, it's all good. I just have to watch my voice and preserve it a bit. So it's all good. I mean, I can just not talk for 1.5 hours straight. I can understand that, and I'm feeling good today. I'll just take a small nap or just chill a bit before the TMGL cast. Then I'll go to bed early and wake up at 6. And just chill a bit, you know? But, well, I mean, Ama in general, like, he's not really a caster. That's like the thing. He's just friends with everyone. And I think that's why a lot of people pick him. Because he's just a very, very chill guy, and you can trust him. He is reliable. If it matters, you know, he's really reliable. So he's a good pick for that. So why not cast together with Amaterasu in general? Like Magi also picked him. Then we also had Röda, and I think also he casted with Trilux there together. And now he's casting with me. So let's see how many different streams he can go for. And also Hans, I think, will be on holidays. But of course, first he has to check that his whole family is also negative, because everyone kind of has COVID there. But also Dexter versus Patrose. In that one, Patrose with a mistake. So in general, to sum up this track, it's like a technical map with a lot of speedy sections. So again, the exit speed is very important. You've seen Dexter was drifting quite early on, and he just goes full throttle now. So if you have 490 speed or 500 speed, that really stacks up, because you will eventually reach things or parts faster than that. So speed is very important for that. Also here, interesting line from Dexter, going quite wide there instead of taking the inside line, maybe to preserve the tires, because you can also slide that turn by the looks of it. But Dexter with a 54.33, only 0.1 behind Vosal, who's now in first. Okay, well, it's a bit more. It's like almost 0.2. Almost 0.2 of a second. And Vosal has found his rhythm. But I want to see how the pit stop now looks, because he's very low on fuel and also on tires. Also gets used to that now. So let's see how the pit stop works for him. We have this long stretch here again. We can also get a bit of airtime, maybe even a flip or something if you take this transition a bit too inside. But Wolsal is doing it quite nicely. And let's see his pit entry. The pit will be straight. He's at 460 speed. Oh yeah, well, look, he was just a bit too fast. He was at 260. Damn, that is crazy. Oh, the surroundings of the track, I understand that. It I can fully understand. Also, the map feels quite laggy for me, even though I'm on the lowest settings. But I can understand why. But for me, it has the Buried vibe. Maybe some of you remember that zombie map, Buried, from Call of Duty Black Ops 2. I really like that. It was also, I think it was taking place in Africa. And I just have a lot of good memories of that. But yeah, the pit stop is brutal. I agree with that, Bruno. And also, yeah, maybe I could upper the graphics, but then my game would lag even more. So Trackmania has a very bad translation when it comes to graphics and all of that. And we see Dexter with the fastest time now, with 54.04, being a 0.1 ahead of Wolsal. Then Kaku on third. Love to see that. Kaku, man, the Sun player. Also a player never to underestimate. He's good on full speed, but also on all other styles. Which is great to see that he's also participating. And then Voyager is on fourth. Patrose Moppel on P6. Krakus and Speedy still on P number 8. I should bring this one a bit down. And Danik B also playing today. Berserker. And I don't see Lars or Marius. And I think that they will not join. Trilux has fallen behind a lot. We have Seb, Golden Nugget, Shadow, Freezer, Iruko, Suke, and wow, Beta Toast with the fastest lap. Also a player that has improved so much. Like, maybe you know Beta Toast from the video that Virtual made about the marble record. That's this guy here. That's Beta Toast. He is a marble world record holder. And he's also not doing too bad on this map. I mean, a 53.9 being ahead of Dexter. Of course, in the free practice, I hope he can also play consistent. And, well, your pick for the race victory. Yeah, I think in theory, this is a good map for Patrose, because it's all about strategy and all of that again. So I think Patrose will be ahead of Wolsal in this regard. But I think Patrose will get outpaced by Dexter. So I even get you a podium bet, which is Dexter, Patrose, Wolsal. And then probably someone like Voyager on 4th. And maybe even Beta Toast on 5th. Something like that. So if you have any prediction for the top field, go ahead. So I think that Dexter's gonna win. Wolsal on 3rd, yes. Yeah, last time he just messed up. He could have won the race. But unfortunately, he didn't do so. Let me rest my voice a bit. Also drinking some water. Some Belgian water, guys. Still from Effect's place. Which, it was very cool, guys. It was a very cool experience. If you have never met people from the internet, or just from games that you play, definitely go ahead and do that. It's really cool, literally. One of the best experiences ever, and Trackmania has given me so much back. It's just in general, a very nice experience. I was in Belgium, yes, I was in Antwerp, or Antwerpen. Literally 3 hours ago. 4 hours. 4.5. Well, I mean, I was writing it into my Discord. So if you want to see when I'm going somewhere, or if I go away and we could meet up. I mean, I met up with Mental Strider, for example. And of course, other people could have joined as well. So yeah, it was very cool. Had a good talk, a nice beer. You know, I drank 2 beer yesterday. Oh no, 3. Like I had one small because I wanted to taste it, but I didn't really feel anything. So I don't know, I just wanted to see if beer still tastes, but I'll just stick with alcohol-free beer for now, so... They also didn't have that there, so... I don't know. Wasn't really worth it, but the first one was very good, actually. But I'm not drinking. Like, what is 3 beers? That's nothing. And also, Wolves are now improving to a 53.60. Damn, do we see a sub 53 time here, maybe in the race? Maybe. Maybe Wolsal can make that happen. Or someone like Dexter, who's always very fast. And also, like, this car skin still looks so great. I like the tires and all of that. It's just a very complete car skin. I think Famazo has made that one, right? It looks like a Famazo skin. Very good skinner as well. Also, those turns are so risky because you have to risk so much. Because there's just this long straight coming up. Like, it's literally a drift, then you have a long straight again. Like, there's a small technical section. Like here where you have like 2 drifts in a row and then a long stretch again. But also this turn is like more of a release turn than a drift. So it's important to get yourself the right line across. So could you tell this one is a... Now, what kind of map style is that? It's quite basic. Speed... No, it's not speed tech. It's like tech with speed fun. Or fun speed, whatever you call that. Where you have to have release turns. And also good angle turns. So something like that. So here, a very harsh right turn. If you misalign it, you will definitely crash into the wall and lose a lot of time. Probably a crash like this will lose you around 2 to 3 seconds. So already something that you should do. Things like that, of course, will happen. But I hope not for the top field, or maybe for the first play, and then the race gets more interesting. So no corner is safe. So Heath was saying resident sleeper in the chat. But I think this race is nowhere from over. Because if you save too much, you just lose more time compared to the other person. And then there's someone like Dexter who's always able to push, as well as Wosal. So Patosa, also not the slowest driver, but he usually tries to just go for consistency, as well as... where is he? As well as Voyager, who has won one race already. On that very speedy map that had a lot of laps. Maybe you remember that. It's also a very good one. But he also is one of the safer drivers, even though he can go very fast. Because he had also won, I think, the fastest lap there, or like temporarily the fastest lap. I'm not sure if he had it at the end, but he might have had it. He might. Alright, also Vampus got released, guys, today. Also Vampus got released, so I might actually... No, I will play it on Thursday. Vampus will be on Thursday. And also CC, Peepo, hey, thank you also for your resub. Today is the day of resubs. Thank you very much, guys. Really, I appreciate it. First Mandel started with a 12 months. Then we had also an Antho with a 3-month resub. And now we have CC with a 5th month of Twitch subscription to the LuckersTurbo guy channel. Thank you very much. Thank you guys. Really, it's much appreciated, that support. Great to see that you all enjoying the content. So 2 minutes of free practice left. So my top 3 prediction is Dexter, Patrosa, and then Wosal. If you have your prediction just for the first place, maybe even, or some surprise, just go ahead and put it into the chat, and we're gonna pick up on that. Let's also see how Patrosa does the pit entry. He comes to that very, very soon. I mean, now actually. Okay, he doesn't go for it. Just wants to practice that turn, okay. And now he is rolling. And he probably didn't know about that. So maybe Wosal still goes for that. Let's see when he brakes, which is the most important factor. Then also, if you're in a slide, your car will slow down slower. That sounds weird. Compared to if you are in a no slide. So you don't want to steer before you actually brake, because then the length of the drift and also the duration length will be longer, and the duration will also, of course, be longer in this regard, because you're not slowing down that fast. Okay, so Wolside also coming closer again. I mean, let's see how many players. Do we have 40 now? We have 40 players indeed. 40 players are on the server, so that's cool to see. Too bad that someone like Marius is not playing, and then also Lars and also Shorty is missing. Not sure if someone like Ama plays in Div 2 right now, but maybe he is. Okay, well, I just went to Chris here in that moment, and also just went for the pit stop. And there we go. Good luck to the players. We are starting with qualifying, which is 2 laps, so 1 flying lap, and the best lap counts. Top 30 are getting points, and then also the first or the starting positions are determined. Good luck. Good luck, good luck, and I'm gonna take a small break because my voice will or would die if I would just talk like that. Gotta go conserve some battery to make sure I get home. Yo, Inantho. Thank you so much for joining, and have a good flight back. Have a good flight, man. Hopefully you get home safely. And thank you for joining. Too bad it didn't work out. I'm so like a bit gutted that I missed out on those opportunities to meet even more people. But next time I'm gonna announce it better, and we can probably plan something before. So all good. Have a good way back home, and yeah. I'll see you then. Alright, there we go. I sound surprisingly fresh. Yeah, well, that's also because of the fact that I didn't drink, or like only like 2 beers. So that's the case. Even though I was dancing my soul away. Alright. There we go. Also, players went into the other direction. Maybe this is faster. Who knows? Maybe this is faster, but I doubt that. But it could be possible. Because there's nothing like a drop or something like that. Alright, hello Snappyson. Hello, hello. And let's see who starts right away with the qualifying and who just waits. Usually we have Sevicris and also Patrose waiting. Let's go with Wosile in this one and see how he does it, because he's in the backfield, but he has plenty of players ahead of him. Or he has plenty of players to overtake, and he of course has the pace, so maybe Wosile is a good point of view to spectate here. Also to see where you can make mistakes. Of course it's the first lap, so mistakes don't really matter too much, because you will just have more speed going into lap number 2. But look at that, Wosile already up to P number 5. Berlul, Heave, Den and Kaku are ahead of him. So Kaku, who also had a really good qualifying, is not doing too bad in this actual first lap, but of course the second lap matters. Sevicris and Patrose still standing still, so they will be spectated. Also Krakus is quite far behind. Kaku with not the best line, had to release. Wosile with a mistake, and he turns around to get some speed. I think that's a good call, because you have like 500 speed, and that's what I mean. If you crash and you just make a mistake, you will lose so much time. You will lose so much time, and also just space that you cannot really come up with, because your car is gradually accelerating. You're not at 500 in just one turn, you know? So that's like a very important factor to notice. So Voyager now, a good point of view. Heave, Berlul, Claudio and Berserker ahead of him. Voyager with a good line though, coming closer to Berserker. And also it's on a good time by the looks of it. Berlul and Heave still fighting out for that first position. Great fight. Also Dexter not too far behind. No, Dexter however not with the best one. We see one mistake from Heave. Heave falling behind. He will not play a role. Also Voyager. No, it wasn't Voyager. It was Claudio, I think. Or was it Voyager? Someone made a mistake, but let's take a look who's gonna get that first position. It will be Heave, no Voyager, but it's so close now. Crucial also overtaking them. And then we have a lot of players now finishing as well. It's very chaotic because there's like plenty of players who are finishing just in that moment, and then the camera's just swapping. But Crucial right now on first, you love to see it. The M&M player is on that first place. Patrosa also now with a good ending, almost touches the grass there, but it wasn't slightly it for him, and he gets himself a third place, which is very nice. Let's see Den as well, not with the worst ending, so you don't want to hit the inside there. And I think he also got himself a top 13 position. Yes, it is Darkwing on fourth. And let's see what Chris is doing, if he will finish in a reasonable position. Let's see the scoreboard. Yeah, on 13th. Okay, he's knocking out Trilux. So Trilux is the bubble man, not getting any points. Chris sniping that 1 point, a freezer. Then we have Dan on P11. Speedy, Wosal, Niauko, Siuk, Claudio, Kaku, Jarkbringer, Patrosa, Voyager, and Crucial winning it. Very nice to see that. So a good one for M&M. I mean, we see Speedy and Civic Chris for M&M, and then Crucial for Academy on first place. So love to see that my M&M boys are performing like that. And with that, we're gonna go into the live race. So also standings have been determined, like where players are starting. Crucial has the pole position, then Voyager on second. So he wasn't doing that mistake. I think that was no, it wasn't Bearloo. I'm not sure who that was. Forsaker did the mistake. Also Heave. But anyways, let's go ahead and start. 3 minutes. And also hello to Marina. Welcome to the stream. And anyone else in the chat. Nice seeing all of you. Alright. Also, Cillian had. No, Celine had. First, dude, I only slept for 2 hours, okay, guys? Celine had. Cillian. Yeah, that's the League of Legends champion. Thank you so much for the follow. So 3 minutes of warm-up, and then we will go live. So how this live race works, I'm quickly gonna explain that again. Players have now determined, or starting positions, and players will start on their respective placement. After the player has started, they will burn fuel and tires, or they will use tires and burn fuel. And your car will not behave differently if you have like 30% fuel versus 100%. Your car is not lighter or anything. It's just that you cannot go below or just onto zero, because if you're on zero, your car will just freewheel. And also, if you just full throttle, you will just burn more fuel than just like take turns a bit more conservatively, and you get the point. But on this map, of course, it's very important to preserve speed as much as possible. So fuel is the first one. Then we also have tires. Tires is also probably even more important than fuel, because your car will behave differently when you're below 30%. It just feels like a truck to drive. It gets really hard to control, and you have to maybe even pit for that on a map like this, where you can also decide to maybe not go for a slide in a turn. For example, here you're not sliding, but maybe get that auto slide like Patrosa did, and your tires will also wear off faster with that. So things like that could also happen. So it will be interesting to see if players will slide a turn or not. And then, of course, if you enter the pit lane, you don't want to be faster than 130 kilometers per hour. That was a beautiful pit entry from Patrosa. So he has maybe found his braking point, where he is just full pressing the brake button. And also, if you exceed 130 kilometers per hour, you will get a penalty. If you slide, your tires will wear off more. That's the point. So if Patrosa decides to slide one more turn than Wosal, Patrosa has to pit earlier for tires. Maybe I've formulated this one a bit confusingly. Alright, let's go, guys. Let's go, let's go. Okay, let's go. 2 hours of sleep. Time to cast TMFL. So my prediction is that Dexter's gonna win this race. Patrosa on second, Wosal on third. Imagine you just forget where to go and then you just go to the right or something, or just... Well, I mean, it could be a good opportunity to just go into the other direction. Let's see if anyone actually does it. Is anyone going into the other direction? Nope. Everyone is going the normal way, but you can see how slow you are. And there are the players swarming around. There you go. So no one has really made a mistake. Okay, we see Nano, who's already far behind, making a mistake, as well as one other player that I cannot really see the name of because the camera is just lagging its way through. Darkwing on first, Crucial on second, good start though, but of course he had that pole position, and then we have Wosal, who's also having a great turn. That's what I mean. Crucial didn't have he had a marginal less good turn than Wosal, and look how much speed he loses. Like, that is half a, like 0.2, 0.3 of a second, not half a second, but it could stack up to 0.5, 0.6 of a second if you really get a bad slide, and Crucial slide was almost alike. And there you can see, look at that speed from Betatos here, looking very good inside line, not sliding out, and Betatos with a very great entry into the second lap. So you can see 90% of tires have been worn off in this lap, 88 liters, so like 10 to 11 liters of fuel. So that means that the players will probably pit around lap 7 to 8. 8 would make, of course, a lot of sense, because you have 8, 16, 24, 32, and 40 as the last stint. Yeah, quick maths, guys. But a good race so far. Also from Crucial, love to see that he is performing that well on this map, as well as Betatos, who's still ahead of Dexter right now. Heath on P7, Kaku on 8th, also very nice to see that. Then Sensei and Dan behind that. And, well, Dan already a little bit behind Sensei, who is roughly 0.2 ahead of him, but getting a good turn here as well. Sensei not having the best apex, so Dan comes closer. Heave with the fastest lap, the first sub 53 as the fastest lap time, but also Wosal did it beforehand, and Wosal is leading. Betatos also with a sub 54, and that is looking great for him, as he's right now on P number 2, so a very good race. Rocking the Schweine aim skin, the Marvel world record holder. Also here, very nice slide. He has improved so much. I've seen him so much in Div 1 as well. So Betatos shows that he is maybe even an alpha, yeah? Or a sigma male, and not only a beta. So Betatos on second place right now, but Wosal is zooming away, being so far ahead already. Also not burning more fuel or using more tires. And also Dazzle with a DNF. I hope everything was good there, but good turn from Betatos again, not sliding out, having even more speed than Patrosa, and also Wosal improving the fastest lap to 53.85. Betatos now with a mistake. Now we have Patrosa, Dexter, and Wosal in the top 3. My prediction, but wrong order. Only Patrosa is correct. Wosal and Dexter should change positions, but Dexter risking again a bit too much and making another mistake. Very unnecessary from Dexter again. Risking too much. I was seeing that crash from miles away, and you rather want to release than just to go for that crash. So Dexter down to P number 9. Even 10. Danik B with a better line here. Also has a bit more speed from that, but of course Dexter is just zooming away and risking every possible corner. Also here drift cancelling. Betatos also not with the best lap here. I mean, he was on P number 3 at the beginning of it. On P number 3 for him, and now he is a bit further behind. Wosal playing a great race, so maybe I was underestimating his pace and the ability from Patrosa and Dexter, but of course nothing is set in stone, you know. Also the pit entry is quite hard to nail, so 1 penalty and you are already down the line. I mean, look, what are 10 seconds here? With, if you get plus 10 seconds, you are on place number 10 or 11 or 12 or 13 or 14 or 15 or 16 or 17 or 18 or 19 or 20 or 21 or 22 or 23 or 24 or 25 or 26 or 27 or 28 or 29 or 30 or 31 or 32 or 33 or 34 or 35 or 36 or 37 or 38 or 39 or 40 or 41 or 42 or 43 or 44 or 45 or 46 or 47 or 48 or 49 or 50 or 51 or 52 or 53 or 54 or 55 or 56 or 57 or 58 or 59 or 60 or 61 or 62 or 63 or 64 or 65 or 66 or 67 or 68 or 69 or 70 or 71 or 72 or 73 or 74 or 75 or 76 or 77 or 78 or 79 or 80 or 81 or 82 or 83 or 84 or 85 or 86 or 87 or 88 or 89 or 90 or 91 or 92 or 93 or 94 or 95 or 96 or 97 or 98 or 99 or 100 Look at that. Holy moly, you're on almost last even. Like, this race is so close. Of course, Nano has made that mistake. I mean, of course, there are 40 players playing, but, you know, you fall down the line quite a lot. So it's great to see that all the players are giving everything that they have. But, of course, we're only on lap number 5, so, that is nothing to worry about. Let's go with Picking Anthem. Also a player that really caught my attention in the last couple of days, because he is not only playing for Bavaria 2, who have a great social media management, but he also reached Division 1 in the couple of the days quite frequently. And he not only got into the top 8 there, but he also got a top 5 position on one map. So also an aspiring Trackmania player from Germany. Probably someone who is, in like some years, a contender for maybe TMGLC, if he continues to grind. But a player that I really look out for. I mean, he always gets second in my knockouts. I have unfortunately beaten him, as well as some others, but he is very good, so love to see that he's performing like this. So keep it up. P27 right now, so maybe has made a small mistake, but getting a good line here as well. Yeah, not too much of releasing, has so much more speed than Golden Nugget. And he comes dangerously closer. Also here, good entry into the lap. That is very nice to see. Also, this right-hander gets very, very hard to do with a drift where you have so much speed. Picking Anthem not touching the wall there, so a good line. And he is not on the worst time right now. 0.16 ahead of his PB. Suga's ahead of him. Then we also have Sevi Chris, who sniped away that point from Trilux. Or we knocked him out of the top 13. So Chris maybe also has made a mistake. Krakus and Joey are ahead of him. Then we have Shadow on P number 20. Nico. Deska also playing a good race on P number 18. Just behind the two streamers, Trilux and Wingo Bear, who are French and German streamers. So Wingo Bear streaming in French, and Trilux being a very active player. I mean, not mainly Trackmania, but he's a variety streamer. But he is also playing a lot of Trackmania in his streams. And I think also a lot of people underestimated him when he started the game again. But he is, he's good. He occasionally gets Division 1, which I cannot even get. But of course, I'm a washed up caster, so, you know, it doesn't count. This ain't counting, guys. Also, Bearlul giving up. But what is more important now is the first set of pit stops. I will go down the line again and see, because Volsa should go for a pit stop on lap 8, so it might be straightforward. Maybe there will be players who are pushing it out a bit more, and Volsa is indeed doing that. Volsa probably goes for even lap 10 stint, which is interesting because Batrose doesn't do that, as well as Betatos. Heath not going for the pit stop, also Dexter. And Dexter from the top field is not going for that, as well as Volsa. So this might be the game changer for Dexter. Not sure what will be faster, but as I said in the qualifying and also in the free practice, the pit stop is so long. The pit stop is so long. We can take a look how far behind they are when they have finished it. But we see a lot of players also not going for that pit stop. And let's take a look. Let's see. Where do we have the players? So, let's just take Wingo Bear. Wingo Bear now is 43 seconds behind Wosal. So I would say you lose like 35 seconds with that. Wow. So that pit stop is very, very, very hard. Or this line and strategy is very hard if you really want to catch up 40 seconds or 35 with one pit stop. So Wosal might lose like 2 to 3 seconds, maybe even 4 or 5 per stint because of his bad tires. But he is already gone, and he will probably be ahead unless he doesn't make a stupid mistake. But 6 liters now left, so it's indeed quite risky, and we see a lot of players actually going for that. Look at that. The whole top field right now, of course, is from the players who haven't gone for the pit stop just yet. Okay, do we see a penalty? Wosal? Nope. Dexter. Holy shit, Dexter. What was that, man? Dude, this guy is risking just a tiny bit. Just a little bit. He was at 120 and then just holding it, dude. Let's see how much Dexter catches up. He was 4.7 behind. And also, the most important factor, is Wolfsheim now still in first? Because due to his more conservative driving, due to the fact that he had low tires and it gets harder to control, he might get overtaken by someone like Wolfsheim or even Beta Toast. So let's see. So Dexter didn't even... Oh, well, he caught up. He caught up 1.5 seconds, and indeed, Patrose is now leading. But of course, Patrose has to go for one more pit stop and only made 4 seconds up with that. Maybe a bit more because Wolfsheim didn't have the best amount of speed. Oh, never mind. It's 4.1 seconds for Patrose. Interesting. But right now, he's the race leader. Berserker on second. Also very nice seeing that. Beta Toast with a good third position. Wolfsheim and then Krakus on P number 5, who went for a very early pit or not for a lot of fuel. By the looks of it. Oh, so we had to yawn. I think 9-9 and then 10-10-10. Yeah, but I think getting... So there's two arguments for that. You could go for 10-10-10, then 9-9. Because then you have the pace at the end. Or you could go for like your strategy, Luis, because then you might be more used to the map and you know how to adapt to the map a bit better. That you might have those 10 lap stints at the end. I already thought about that as well. But so we have those two strategies. Like either you go for lap 8 or like 8 lap stints, or for the 10. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter too much. It's just how you feel more comfortable with. Will you make mistakes when you are no trained on this map, or like rather have no rhythm in it, or will you make mistakes when you try to push it in this way, or when you're really inexperienced or experienced? Like that is the contrast. So it will not really differentiate that much because due to those reasons. Maybe there's like someone who is a Formula 1 expert, or like also knows a bit more about the inside of stints. If this would really make a difference, what Luis is also saying now, or what I said, go ahead and hit us up. Would be good to know. So Patrose in first, Beta Toast still on second, and it seems that Wolfsheim is catching up just a little bit. It is 3.7 seconds for a lead, but of course Wolfsheim is catching up. Darkbringer has the fastest lap though with a 53.56, so not only being one of the fastest full speed drivers, but also a very fast speed tech / NASCAR speed fun driver, you know, insert style here, but it's mainly tech, and then you have like those full speed turns where you have to adjust your angle. And also der Wirtschaftsprüfer. Thank you for those warm words. I appreciate it. I also really enjoy casting it. I mean, I slept for 2 hours, and it's generally a lot of fun to cast the Trackmania Formula League. One of my favorite tournaments, but I just realized that I lack the focus, so I definitely should take a chill pill before TMGL and just go to bed and sleep like 1 or 2 hours before that I will be fit for the cast later on. Let's focus on the race. Dexter also a little bit further behind the line, behind Wolfsheim. He was catching up though. I mean, he was 4.7 seconds behind when he was at the before the pit stop, and now he's at 3.5 seconds. And look at that, Wolfsheim with a 53.52, the fastest lap for him as well, and it looks very good for him to win the race. Yeah, I will wake up. Don't worry. I'll tell my mom, and you know she will wake me up, and I'll set alarms. So don't worry about that. Good, don't worry about that. So Dexter, I'm a bit worried about him, about my top 1 pick. And we have also Crucial, Speedy, probably chilling in Discord right now. So greetings to both of them if they see that. Yeah, very nice guys, especially Speedy, I mean, that I talk to a lot. I mean, also Crucial. He's a nice guy, but I haven't really talked too much to him. Speedy, like one of the probably most knowledgeable guys in Trackmania, and most humble guys. And you can see also a very good player on P7 right now. Just ahead of Krakus, who goes for a very unique strategy. I mean, he didn't put as much fuel in the tank as the others, but now he has the interesting fact that he's at 9.6 liters and 38% tires. So he could have squeezed out another lap, but of course, he just goes for lap 16. So he doesn't care about how much he still has. He wants fresh tires all the way. And if the tires are at 50% on lap 16, he still goes for them. Maybe they're not, but you get the gist out of that. As Speedy makes a small mistake. He's also a bit behind. A bit closer to Krakus, who's at 5 liters. The Startbringer on 10th, having the second fastest lap. Better still with the third fastest lap. And we'll approach our next pit stop just now in lap 16. So there's Better going for it. Berserker still squeezing out a lap. Krakus obviously going for it. Then we also have Dan with the pit stop here, as well as Siuk, Wingo Bear, Wall, Voyager setting the fastest lap now with a 53.51. Just when I swapped to him, that is a good time, and that's what I mean with Voyager, that he is one of the players that is extremely fast, but sometimes he just maybe is a bit too much, has too much of a Mario's playing style, because he's also playing a lot of round competition and then making that mistake. So failing that Neo slide there and steering in a bit too early. So that was braking a bit too early. That was the problem there. So Voyager losing a lot of time. I mean, you can see it, 1.8 seconds now behind his former set time. And he will lose more time gradually more time. Look, even almost 0.2 of a loss there due to the fact that he didn't have speed with that crash into the other turns. And also sliding out here, that's what you want to avoid, but that's a toll that you take if you want to risk. But again, another time loss, 0.7 of a second. And we see Wolsal still on first. Patrose? Okay, I see what Patrose is doing. I see what he's doing. He goes for lap 8. And then 10, 10, 10. Probably. Not sure if that is better. Now Wolsal is leading again. I mean, it seems that Patrose has made a mistake also due to his weak tires. He maybe had to release a couple of turns. As you can see, he's 2 seconds behind and gets a good pit entry, 117. Wolsal still going for a lap. Patrose in the pit stop. Dexter also going for a lap. Lap 19 for Dexter. Let's take a look into the pit graph and see when Dexter did his pit stop. On lap 10, so the same as Wolsal, he has the same strategy. As Patrose goes for a very unique one, 8 and then 18. No other player has done it like this, but it makes sense. But I would have maybe gone for 9 and then the 10, like Wolsal is doing, just the other way around. But maybe Wolsal just changed his plan during the race. We don't know. So numbers are orange again, like in Cup of the Day. Of course, now players will lose more and more time the longer they drive, because the car will get so hard to control with those tires. Feels like a truck to drive, really. If you've ever played it, it's really hard, and you have to be very, very careful. Also not clip somewhere here to maybe make a mistake. Also Mob with giving up, maybe having internet issues or connection issues again, which is very bad for him. Lap 18, maybe also hasn't unbinded the dinks. It could also be. But he's out of the race. He had a very good qualifying. Was it free practice? He was in the top 6 at some point. Wolsal pitting obviously now. Oh, that was so good of a slowdown. Like, just waiting. Oh my god, Dexter, you are crazy. Dexter is just having so much speed here. And 4.1 seconds. Let's see how much he catches up again. Look, it's like maybe 2 seconds. So Dexter has a really good pit entry. It's looking really good for Dexter. Really. He's coming closer again with that. I'll tell you that. Wolsal starting now. And Dexter starting now. Look at that. It is maybe like 2.5 seconds. Maybe 3. But Dexter catching up in those pit entries. Which is kind of huge for him. Let's see. Wolsal 2.7 seconds out of Dexter. So Dexter with 1 pit stop. 1.5 seconds of a catch up for him. And I think he can even risk more than that. So Dexter, one of the high risk players, doing this one quite nicely. Also Betatoast and Krakus, who go for the laps 8 strats, or the 8 lappers, are, yeah, not even ahead of him. I mean, they're in a fight, but Dexter would probably eat them alive due to the fact that he just has a better pace. Maybe not than Betatoast, but Betatoast doesn't seem to be that consistent. I mean, Dexter on the 6th fastest lap right now, and Betatoast probably has even a faster lap. It's like 3rd fastest lap, 4th fastest lap, okay. So Dexter maybe has not really found his way into the match just yet, but look at that, good amount of speed. Let's follow Dexter here for 1 lap and see if he can get himself a good time. Good amount of speed in this uphill, release accordingly, but now makes that mistake. So Dexter maybe is risking a bit too much for that fastest lap, because with that also Wolsal will catch up towards him, or like has a little bit of a gap to work with, 2.8 seconds. But I think he has made a mistake himself. Oh, this would have been Dexter's chance to catch up. Unfortunately, it's not, because Dexter has made a mistake as well. As Crucia right now leads the race. What happened there? And what kind of fight do we have? So we have 2 different fights that we look out for. It's the fight between the 8 lappers and the 10/9 lappers. But also Patrose seems to be a 10 lapper. If I kind of got it correctly. Almost halftime mark of the race. Almost at lap 24. Crucial with a great line, and he is pulling off a great race. Also here going very, very outside on that one. But Patrose with a better line here, and again, look, every kilometer per hour matters, and Patrose leads the race. Again, Wolsal is 2 seconds behind with Betatoast 2.5. Dexter half a second behind Betatoast. Krakus on 6th, also love to see that. Even though he goes for a very unique strategy with his liter, with his 15 liters in the tank. Then Speedy on 7th, Berserker, Dan, and the wall, and we see Wolsal setting the fastest lap yet again. So he is claiming it. 53.38 for him, as Voyager is still on that 2nd place. Alright. Wolsal almost with a mistake. But I'm worried about Dexter, because he looked very strong, but he just loses time with those small mistakes that he catches up again in the pit stop, on the pit lane. As Betatoast and Krakus will go for a pit stop now. Bear in mind they have to go for 1 more than most of the top players. Oh no, Betatoast. He forgore, guys. He changed his mind. But he could have gone for another lap. I think in this case it's like the point of no return, where you really have to go for that. But he actually went back again, which was quite funny to see. There we go. It's Betatoast in it. But of course, losing a lot of time. Also Patrose versus Wolsal quite close. Patrose's tires will be down a bit earlier than Wolsal's. Is it due to the fact that... No, wait, they both pitted at lap 18? No, wait, they didn't. Wolsal will go for a lap 30 stint now, and Patrose will go for 28. So I think Patrose has it down a bit better, because it would say 10% of, or like just 10% of tires and 10 liters of fuel per lap. So Patrose is a bit more conservative with his resources, because he's one lap ahead with that, if you say like that, and Wolsal already has to start driving conservatively one lap earlier. So maybe Patrose will create a little bit of a gap with that and try to win the race. As Dexter is also losing time, also not the fastest lap here for Dexter's pace. I mean, a 53.7 was almost his best lap, but he is still 0.4 away. But I'm speaking of Dexter. Dexter's kind of skill level, because Dexter would also be a player who's like doing a 52. You know, maybe he's doing it now. What happened to Claudio, who unfortunately also gave up on lap 26. I mean, if we take a look, Dexter's now on 27, so he definitely had a good race, and also Dexter now has a good lap, so this might be a 0.5 or something like that, maybe even a 0.4 if he risks even more. Yes, he does, minus 0.17 towards his PB, towards his best lap. He has only the ending left to clear. What time will that be? Minus 0.4. Dexter's gonna do that. He has heard me, and he will set the fastest lap, a 53.37, 5 thousandths ahead of Wolsal. There we go. Dexter is back, babies. Dexter is back, baby. Look at that. What a great lap from Dexter. Coming closer to Patrose. And then we have Wolsal, who is leading. But of course, it's no surprise due to the fact that now Patrose is on 18% of tires. But he will pit in this lap, and Wolsal will have those tires very soon. So Patrose will go into the lead, but very good and interesting situation that Patrose kind of changed his strategy, or has just a different hit strategy than just 9, 9, 10, 10, 10. So there we go, Patrose into the pit. Oh my god, very aggressive entry, but he also slowed down quite early. Now goes for 120. Looking great. And now Dexter has made another mistake, 6 seconds behind after that fastest lap. He is now losing it all again. I mean, he was coming closer so much to Wolsal, but now he lost it all again. That is Dexter in a nutshell, ladies and gentlemen. Voyager on 4th right now, Darkwing on 3rd. Love to see it. We have Heave, Danik B, Sensei, Joey, Kaku still holding on onto that top 10. Deska is the 10th player right now. Trilux, Neruko, Shadow, Patrose, of course, because he pitted on P number 14. Krakus, Funky Jug, Crucial, Speedy, Beta Toast, also because he has pitted. And so on and so forth. Will be now a bit more chaotic because players have gone for the pit stop and players have not. So this will distort the picture a bit, where players are actually in the total standings. Voyager with 1.9 liters of fuel into the pit stop, also 3.9% of tires, which is probably more worrying because if you have no tires, it slides out. And now he has 100% again. Also Wolsal, let's see how much he loses here. I think quite a lot. He did a mistake, so Dexter might come closer. 7.9 seconds. Also Dexter not with the best tires. 7.6 here. So he has Dexter coming closer, but of course has made that 7-second mistake, or 6 to 7-second mistake. So he is, yeah, not really catching up in this kind of orbit that you have. And Dexter with a pit stop. So now they either go for 9 or for 10 and then 8 laps. Not sure what they're going for. Because Patrose went for the 8 lap stint at the beginning and goes for the 10 lap stint at the end. Or for the 10 lap stints at the end. As we see Dexter, let's see how much he catches up to Wolsal. And if they stay in first. So Wolsal starting now. Dexter starting now. Okay. I think he caught up a bit, but maybe like half a second or something. So not too much. 7.4, 6.6. Okay, and we have a fight between Patrose and Wosa, and that's what I was talking about. You know, it was Wosa leading, and now it's Patrose, because Patrose was having a bit more tires in those laps. If you just do the quick maths there. So Wosa on second, Crucial still on third, that's great to see. As well as Speedy. Dude, what is that race for M&M? Very cool. Very, very nice. Still a good fight for that first place. I mean, it doesn't really matter right now because both players still have to go for one more pit stop. So it's still a good fight. It just depends when it is. Yeah. That's what matters, and not... And when and how they're gonna deal with those tires. That's what I mean. Good speed from Wosa, coming closer to Patrose again. Still 0.4 of a second. I think Dexter will not play a role for the victory. It's both of the champions, Patrose and Wosa, who have the chance to win their second race. We had 5 different race winners, if you include the race that Sensei has won on race number 3 it was. So one of those players will win the second race in this season. Patrose risking so much here. Is extending his lead, also getting a good amount of speed here. Very good apex as well, but also Wosa is not slowing down. He didn't even lose time. He even caught up and will set another mid 53 time. Oh, look at that, a 53.53 for Wosa. Coming closer to Patrose again, not getting the best line here. Coming closer though, Patrose with a good amount of speed, but it's still not enough for Wosa to catch up to Patrose. Not just yet, but a great fight between them. I mean, we have 33 laps, more than 20 minutes of racing, and they're only 0.1 away apart from each other, which is just incredible to think of. As we've seen a different line there as well. Patrose with a bit more speed again. But Wosa usually catches up in this drift section and in the last turn, which he can do really good. Also, this approach looks great. No release required there. And Patrose is now doing it good as well. So he is still leading and gives Wosa no chance to overtake him. Crucial on the third still. Nothing happened there. Also Dexter now 8 seconds behind. Of course he caught up again, but... You know, that 1 6-second mistake really got him out of the race. Else he could have maybe gotten himself into the contention of victory as well. But that wasn't the case in this race for Dexter. A miracle has to happen. Both have to get a penalty in that last pit stop to make something happen. So now again, we have the interesting point now. Because Patrose will go for 2 10-lap stints, and Wosa will go for a 9-lap stint. So Wosa will have fresher tires than Wosa at some point, because he just has to go for that. No, Wosa will have better than Patrose, that's what I mean. What a fight here do we have. Look at that inside of each other. Patrose is right now on second place. Wosa on first. So Wosa has like on lap 39 and Patrose goes for it on lap 38. So it will be quite interesting to see. Also Dexter setting the fastest lap with a 53.31. And hello to Patink Megamoin, mates. How are you doing? I hope you had a good weekend, my man. Nice seeing you in my Twitch chat, and everyone else who is just lurking, you know, watching Formula 1 next to that, like Fumaku is doing. So guys, enjoy your weekend. And we have a good ending here of the Trackmania Formula League that is taking place. So they're about to lap the next 2 players here. As you can see, Wosa just coming closer to Wall and to Nico. 1P25 and 24. Ah, dude, I still have to do it as well, Pating. I think you were one of the first one, right? Dude, I'm also so hyped to meet all of you. All of you guys. It would be so nice. Also, I booked my ticket on Friday. The Mellow ticket. And I have to figure it out with Amma how we're gonna make that. But I also don't really care how much it costs. I think it's very affordable in general. Like with the accommodation and all that. It's very cool. Like, it will be really nice and just super cool. So guys, I'm going to Meloy. Definitely. I booked my tickets, so it will be nice. Also now Patroso with a mistake. Drifting too much. But also maybe it's caused by the tires. Yeah, which are just gradually getting lower and lower. And with that, the car gets harder to control and you lose speed. Yeah, I mean the most expensive thing is probably the traveling from the place to Mellow. I just need to get to know everything, like how far is it away and all those things. But of course we definitely gonna talk about those things because I haven't really been into that too much. We're just procrastinating. Yeah, well, I mean, don't procrastinate too much. You have an exam coming up, but I can understand that. But guys, right now there is a clear tendency that Wolsal is about to win this race. Because Patroso now still has a 10 lap stint to go and Wolsal will go into the pit stop one later. So he has the better strategy than Patroso by the looks of it. By the looks of it. Things can still happen. There could still be a penalty or something. We don't know that. But right now Patroso just losing the time. But now Wolsal also made a mistake just beforehand. Will he go for the pit? No. Could have been a smart way to solve this one. So he lost a lot of time with that. But he is not losing too much, actually, because Patroso goes into the pit stop. And maybe it comes in to play after the pit stop from Wolsal. It's a Trackmania Formula League. So it's like a Formula 1 race simulation, the Pating. Where players have to consider their fuel and their tire management. If you have no fuel, you just freewheel. Fuel is getting burned if you just accelerate. If you accelerate more, you burn more fuel. And also tire management is important. You see the 16% of tires here from Wolsal on the top or in the bottom right corner. But on the top right, you can see the number on the top left there. So the car gets harder to is harder to control with that. Wolsal not going for a pit stop. Interesting. He goes for the 8 lap stint at the end. So now his car gets harder to control. I would have maybe gone for 9 and 9 at the end. And yeah, well, I mean, there's also like divisions and points in there. It's very good. 1,000 players are playing this one. There are 20 divisions and I'm casting Division 1. And we are still looking for a second winner of this next season. And now Wolsal with a mistake. Oh god, it was quite large, to be honest. He lost a lot of speed with that, but of course in a hairpin section. So 4 seconds of a loss. Maybe this one is decisive. Also Dexter went for his last pit stop. And Wolsal is losing 5 seconds on this lap. But of course now has fresh tires at the end. Will he get a penalty? Nope. That was a very good braking point. 0.6 liters left for him. And 5% tires. So he was pushing it quite a lot. Wingo Bear with a penalty. But let's see who will be ahead. Will Patroso overtake Wolsal already? It will be quite close. There's still a longer path to go. But of course Patroso has the speed. He has the speed, guys. He has the speed. Wolsal is exiting now with 83 liters in the tank. It is enough. Patroso with more speed though. Can he come closer? He sees him there, but there's still Dexter. And yeah, this mistake was maybe a bit too costly. Right now Crucial is leading, but he still has to pit one more time. So Wolsal might go for the victory here. 1.7 seconds. Dexter, however, is leading the race right now. As to be expected, because Dexter didn't do that mistake that Wolsal did. And my prediction is getting into shape. Ladies and gentlemen, Dexter versus Wolsal all of a sudden, but it was probably because of the mistake from Wolsal. Dexter now the race leader. Crucial has to go for the pit stop. Lap 41 it is. And also Patrose not too far behind. So one mistake and it slides out. It's literally the same turn for them. So what a great fight we have in this 6th race here on PADIRAC from Boss Bravo, where there's also a real-life lore to that. And it seems that Dexter has found his rhythm and might win this race. I was completely forgetting about Dexter, but of course it makes sense because Wolsal was 7 seconds ahead of Dexter. And then make it 4 with those tires, so maybe 9 and 9 would have been better for Wolsal when it comes to the pit stop. What did Dexter do actually? Let me check. What did Dexter do? Dexter went for 10, 20, 30. Yes! Dexter did the strategy that we thought is correct, guys. And that's why it's turning out well. Maybe he will have struggles at the end, but it seems that Wolsal just lost so much time. But look at the speed from Wolsal and the wrist, dude. Holy moly. But 9 and 9 is better because this last lap really killed Wolsal. But of course, he will have more tires. What a great fight between them, dude. What a great fight. Wolsal drifting that turn, whereas Dexter is not doing that. Also, good turn here from Dexter. Very inside. With a lot of speed from the outside. But Wolsal also not slowing down, going very, very tight into that corner as well. Dexter pushing and no one touches them from those two players. And they have a similar amount of speed. Patrose cannot catch up to them. He's 2.4 seconds away. Dexter with a great turn. Wolsal again, so close there to the grass arch, I would say. But he is still leading, but look at that. Dexter is coming. Early release timing. Wolsal releases less and thus having more speed, and he will be the leader. Still, lap 44 though. Nothing is set in stone. It's 0.2 of a second between them. But Dexter knows that he has to catch up a little bit more. Of course, he has... I don't know. I think this one turn that Dexter is not drifting helps him out. So maybe it will be dead even and only decided by how a player can do with their tires. Wolsal, good drift again. Dexter up with more exit speed out of that. Just a little bit, but he lost the speed beforehand. So it's not really that. He's coming closer. Oh my god, Wolsal, what are you doing? He's just risking so much for the exit speed from that turn. And goes so close again to that one. Lap 45. Dexter, I'm not sure if he had to push it though. I'm not sure if he had to push it. I'm quite uncertain about that. But Dexter with a mistake. And this might be the predetermined GG. He lost 2 seconds with that. But also now it is Patrose coming closer to Dexter. You can see him 4 cars out of him. Now it's 3. So Dexter with a mistake. But of course they still have to play with low tires. Too bad though that the race is getting decided like that. But maybe Wolsal is making another mistake. And we could have a 3-way fight for the victory. As Dexter is not too far away from Patrose as well. 1 second it is. And one slide on this one, or one small touch, and it's Wolsal who can lose a lot of speed. Good turn from Patrose. Dexter pushing this corner quite a lot, but it's so hard because you have such a small angle there to work with. Because if you go too outside, you will hit the barrier. If you go too inside, you get airtime. 3 more laps, including this one. And it's still Wolsal leading. Dexter losing a bit more time. 0.2 of a second, but even more towards Wolsal, who's now more than 2 seconds. 2.5 seconds out, so half a second for Wolsal. He is right now going into this stage for the third last time. He has 2 more laps and he's pushing there so much. He had to release though. So losing the time, Nico with a penalty in this, or a speeding penalty. The question is, will it be enough for Wolsal? It's his race to lose. If he makes a mistake, Dexter or Patrosa will win. It's very marginal though, but I see. And I think also Wolsal is very uncomfortable with driving those tires. So let's see. There's 1 more lap, guys. Dexter catching up 0.1 of a second. Doesn't seem to be a lot, but you know, it shows you that you're not doing bad. Again, a 0.1 of a second. Imagine he does this at every checkpoint, and it will all of a sudden get quite close, even though it's the last lap. Oh, Wolsal with a great turn, and he is leading. He is 2 seconds leading, and it's his race to lose. Last lap on PADIRAC. My god, I cannot talk today. From a Boss Bravo, a very nice map with a great setting that is based on a real-life situation in France. So also thank you, Atipic, for giving me those information. And let's see, he is leading by 3 seconds. And I think this will be Wolsal's second race victory. And with that, crawling his way up to the top again. Dexter and also Patrosa are still leading. But with that, he gets some good points also. Well, not the fastest lap for him, but also not in this round. He's not gonna get that, so Dexter's gonna get it. But Wolsal will win race number 6. PADIRAC into the belt. A real-life map located in France. Goes to a French player. He takes first position. Dexter on second. Patrosa on third. Then we have Voyager getting fourth. Darkbringer on P5. 1.6 seconds behind. And we have Heave. Crucial with a great race on 7th position. Maybe his pitting management wasn't quite on point. Danik B on 8th. Speedy on P number 10, just behind Sensei. And Speedy just slowing down, even though he didn't have to do that. And, well, Joey on 11th. Then Kraku's Razorlight, Kaku, Beta Toast, Trilux crashing the corner, so Niaruko will probably overtake him. Nope, Niaruko is drifting and not overtaking Trilux. Alright then, he doesn't want to do that. And he's the last player to finish, and he will do it in a good way, backwards. GG guys, that's it. My top 4 was correct, but in the wrong order. But hey, we take that. GG's. Also Dexter getting a good amount of points, 105. So I think he will go back into the lead with that. Let me check. Who's leading right now? I think it's Patrosa, yeah. Okay, no, Dexter is catching up though. Dexter is catching up, and also Wolsal is catching up to both players just a bit, but especially to Patrosa, so the field is quite close. And well, with that guys, I will call it a day on my channel. I will be back on the M&M channel in